started off being about learning about technology, and older people bought their gadgets in to be shown how to use them by the young people. But in the end, it's as much social as it is about learning technology.
Mine didn't change, I think, because I've always been where I am. It's just, I think the rest of the world has had to be like me for a while. So to me, it was how we'd always had it. So I didn't find that a huge change, but it would have been a big change, I think, for everybody else.
We always communicate in person. Obviously, we're at school 5 days a week with them. So being in lockdown, just communicating over the phone isn't so easy. Like I lost a few friends over it, but you kind of rejoin them all when you get back. So it's nice. Like you have to have friends, obviously. It's nice having coming back and being with everyone.
What I found is I've got limited connection because they've all been still meeting up. They've been talking about things that I'm now no longer involved in. You might see a mention of it on WhatsApp. But one thing I would like to say, if we've been talking about isolation and everything, isolation always seems to go with loneliness. It doesn't with me. I don't find being on my own lonely at all. So I don't think these two together always apply, but certainly my contact with my friends is very limited. And I don't think, I actually came home to me yesterday, I actually had a fall in the garden, bashed my head, I've got a big lump on my head. But I wouldn't know who to phone now. There was a time that I would just phone one of my friends, can you come and help me or whatever. It made me realise I couldn't phone any of them now, I'm not close enough to them.
I'm with you, Isla. I understand the isolation part, but I quite enjoy it, and I don't tell anybody.
One of our former trustees who's no longer with us, Darryl, he was very insightful, and I think it's probably what you're saying, really, Isla and Kathy, is that he enjoyed solitude, but he was probably one of the most gregarious people you could ever meet. But solitude meant a lot to him, and that wasn't isolation.
You know, there's the whole thing. I don't know whether it's a cultural thing, a generational thing, or what, but I think it is really, really important to give time to yourself to do thinking and just following through on things. I do a lot of reading that I hadn't had time to do when I was working. So that's a very important thing for me, is picking up a book and reading it from one end to the other. Because in the past, I just never had the time. So I enjoy that. I also enjoy catching up with films that I'd never seen. I always said when I retire, I'm going to read the books I never read, watch the films I never saw. And that's what I'm doing. And I love it, I have to say.